All right, y'all. It's time to keep it a buck. You already know the vibes. The legend reward. We finna get into all the details. Y'all drop a like and drop a sub if you can. Was the legend reward worth the grind? 2K basically asking you guys to throw your life away if you want to actually reach the ultimate goal on NBA 2K23. We're talking about no showers, very little food, no social life. Give everything you got to 2K in order to reach that ultimate goal and becoming a legend on 2K23. And as we all learned, you get a low rider, 4 extra badge points, and you get to probably the most important reward is the legend pattern. You could basically adjust decors to whatever your preference is. Let's bring up 2K and see what this means for players out there, because we want to know if we're going to actually have like some sort of separation between legends and players who have not yet hit legend. There should be a noticeable gameplay change for those players who actually reach the ultimate goal. So I'm gonna bring up the Elgato right now and we'll talk about it. Let's see. So we want to talk about like the coring system. Let's say you put all 4 cored badges on your playmaking, right? What does that mean for you as a player? Ideally, you're thinking, well, I'm able to save a ton of badge points in particular categories. If I put all 4 in my playmaking, then I could pretty much equip every single playmaking badge. If you look at the tier 3 badges in your playmaking, most of like the most crucial critical badges for playmaking are in your tier 3 and maybe even your tier 2, like the quick first step. So let's say I core unpluckable, core killer combos, core handles for days, and core clamp breaker. Considering the idea that you already need 10 badges in tier 1 and tier 2 to even unlock tier 3, you're already gonna have these important playmaking badges equipped to even get to tier 3. So that goes without saying, you're really not gaining any badges that's gonna help your game and help separate you, giving you a noticeable difference in your gameplay for becoming a legend versus other players who have not yet reached it. Especially considering the idea that in this season, level 40, there's already gonna be players out there that are going to be able to core 2 badges in any particular category that they like. And hopefully what I'm saying to you guys makes sense. If we go into like our finishing category, you core fast switch, you core posterizer, you core rise up, you already need 10 badges in tier 1 or tier 2. So those 10 badges are going to be equipped on the most important badges that you need out there, but there isn't many other badges that you can equip with the badges that you save from coring or gaining that additional core option in your finishing. There aren't any additional badges that will really change your game. And we're not talking about, you can make a minor adjustment and core some additional badges, but those additional badge points that you're saving from coring is not going to allow you to create a noticeable difference in your gameplay. One, because your attributes aren't going to match the badges that you're actually trying to put on by saving with the additional core option. And what I mean by that, if I save a ton of points in like my finishing, then I could put on post spin technician, giant slayer, or maybe even drop stepper. But if I go into this, you see I only get it at the bronze level because that's the way I created my build, and most players out there will only be able to get it at the bronze level. So if you put 4 cores into your finishing, what are you gaining from saving all those badge points? How is it going to create a noticeable difference in your gameplay when you're not even going to have the option to equip these particular badges at higher levels? A bronze drop stepper badge is not going to make me look like a legend out there. Maybe in the shooting category, you will see a noticeable difference as players will be able to equip limitless range, deadeye, catch and shoot, and blinders. All 4 of those cored. All 4 of those will be golden badges, creating a noticeable difference in your gameplay if you're able to core those badges. Now hear me out. The badge points that you save from coring these badges will probably allow you to get the green machine, and keep in mind, you still need 10 badges in tier 1 and tier 2 to unlock tier 3. So you'll have some of these badges already equipped. So all of those additional badge points that you save, you're not going to be able to apply them to create a noticeable difference, making you look and feel like a legend out there. Some incentive for your grind and your efforts that you put into 2K23. And don't get me wrong, I like the idea. Let me put this down. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I like the idea that 2K thought of creating this legend pattern, but it will be be a very different scenario if no nobody else in the game had a pattern to choose from. Like nobody else was able to put 2 cores in one category, but anybody who hits level 40 this season will be able to put 2 cores in one category, allowing you guys to save badge points in that category and put them towards other badges to help increase your gameplay. But what I'm getting at here is that the legend pattern seems to be something like overkill, in the sense that each category doesn't have enough strong badges to spread around, considering the idea that folks are already shooting for these key badges when they actually create their build. If every single badge in NBA 2K23 was just as important as another badge, then I could better understand why folks will want to have the additional badge points for whatever's in the game. But if your attributes are not matching, just because you equip the badge on bronze is not going to make you goated out there. And unfortunately, that's the case with this legend reward. And considering the idea that other players are already going to be really close in regards to having 2 core badges in a particular category versus a legend player having maybe 3 or 4 core badges in a particular category, each player, although one spent their life grinding to legend and the other just spent a half season grinding to level 40, their gameplay on the court is going to be very similar, and that's an issue. That seems like a finesse from 2K. They didn't think this thing through, in my humble opinion. What I think would have been much better, because I think when a legend gets on the court, you guys let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section. The way I feel, if a player grinds to legend and that player walks on the court, there should be a noticeable difference in that gameplay from that legend player that's on the court that allows other players to see and say, man, that legend grind was worth it. Maybe additional animations, or in my humble opinion, additional attributes, so that if you increase your attributes, then you're able to use the incentive of the legend pattern, because you're going to as you increase those attributes, you're going to increase the level of badges that you're able to get on that particular player. So for instance, if we were going for a drop stepper on Hall of Fame, that would make a noticeable difference for your player. Or if you have quick first step on gold, those additional attributes for each category would allow you to get quick first step on Hall of Fame. Noticeable differences in gameplay. Allowing for that would make the reward or incentive for grinding for legend much more beneficial, and everyone on the court will be able to see the incentive for your grind. Somebody needs to contact 2K and let them know about this. I don't like the idea of a one-person lowrider. That didn't sit well with me. I don't like the legend reward at all, especially considering that 2K made it like such a big grind, like it's back to the old ways of grinding for legend. And although I love the idea of having a much harder grind to get there, I think 2K needs to make sure that the incentive is well worth it. Come on, we go from having like a helicopter entrance to now you're getting in a one-person lowrider with 4 additional badge points. We go from having 10 badge points in each category to choose from to now only getting 4 additional badge points with a legend pattern. It just doesn't seem like a good look. My prediction is that the player base will dwindle very quickly. Y'all sound off? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K23 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like, drop a sub on your way out. Catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.